Alright YouTube, so we're back, of course, talking about some Final Fantasy VII, and hopefully, if we're lucky, some goddamn remakes. So just a handful of hours after that last video, Square Enix actually gave us an update for these 25th anniversary announcements, which I found to be pretty crazy timing, just because with that last video I actually mentioned, like, why hasn't Square Enix addressed this yet? It seemed kind of odd to me, especially because Nomura had said that we're going to get some announcements within June, and they just hadn't spoken out about it yet, and then they just go ahead and do that, like, right after my video. It's almost like I know what the fuck I'm talking about. Now, I did make a community post on my channel about this, like, super early this morning. I just happened to be awake and got the tweet notification from the Remake account, but of course we had to make a video as well. So it's randomly dropped this tweet that says, join us next week for around 10 minutes to celebrate 25 years of Final Fantasy VII. Co-stream the broadcast and share your reactions with hashtag FF7 25th. Please be excited. And with the picture they provided, it says Final Fantasy VII 25th Anniversary Celebration Broadcast. It'll be June 16th, and you can see that it'll be 3 p.m. Pacific Time, 6 p.m. Eastern Time. But that's not all. They actually followed up that tweet with a quote from Nomura that says, we'll be streaming Final Fantasy VII 25th Anniversary Celebration at only around 10 minutes long. It will be short and sweet, but we have packed in lots of information. So I hope everyone can look forward to the unveiling, Tetsuya Nomura. What's somewhat interesting about this event is them like hyping it up for people to like watch it, co-stream it, react to it, or whatever the case, which I can't recall if they've done in the past. I mean, I've been following and making FF7 content for like 3 or 4 years straight now, and I just can't recall if they've ever done that with a gaming event. Like, clearly they want people to watch these events, but normally whenever they're going to be at an event like E3, Tokyo Game Show, they just tweet out about it. They'll say, hey, we're going to be at Tokyo Game Show, we're going to be at E3, we're going to be at Game Awards, or whatever. We're going to do the Square Enix Presents on this date, but I don't know if they ever, like, specifically ask people to co-stream it, or specifically ask people to react to it. It's kind of interesting. Let's also not ignore the hashtags that they use for this Nomura quote that are the 25th anniversary hashtag, First Soldier hashtag, and of course, they used a remake hashtag, hyping up this event. I'm just saying, it's interesting. It may not mean anything. Also, they're using a remake hashtag for the scheduled livestream that they already have up on YouTube. But it's not just them, we also had this guy hyping up the event where he quote tweeted it and said, do not miss this, streamers feel free to co-stream it. And it turns out this guy is the Senior Influencer Relations Manager for Square Enix. They're pushing really, really hard for streamers to react to this event. Regardless of what this event's going to be, I do think that there's going to be something big here. It's kind of hard to know what that is, just because we know there's multiple Final Fantasy VII things in the works. More than likely Ever Crisis, whatever these new projects are. I do think there's decent odds for something in regards to remake. I don't know what that's going to be. It could be like an Xbox port. It could be, I don't know, a release window. It could be a teaser trailer. It could be a picture. It could just be them giving us an update verbally. They don't have to show anything. I don't know. And I say that partially because of the hashtags that they're using. They're using a remake hashtag for this event on multiple different things. It would make a lot of sense for them not to do something for a remake. But also, we know that we're supposed to get remake news this year. What better time to do that than the 25th anniversary of the goddamn game you're remaking? Remake itself is already over like 2 years old. Today's actually the 1-year anniversary for Intergrade. Remake's been in some form of development for like 2.5 years or so. But it's also been in full development for almost 2 years. July like 21st or so. So it's about that time, right, for them to start talking about remake. I mean, later this year, the game will have been in some form of development for, like, 3 years, dude. So they got to be relatively far along. You know, even if the game's not, like, super, super close, like, it could be another year or two or so, it's still time to maybe start talking about it. Give us an update at least. And also, I forgot to add this in earlier in the video, but we also had the German voice actor for Zack Fair hyping up the event. And if whatever we see at this event involves Zack, I'm going to freak. I'm going to lose my shit. Look, I've already seen people being negative about this event, like there's not going to be a remake here or whatever the case, which I kind of get it, but at the same time, the same people that say that shit always say that, and inevitably there's going to be remake news. It's really weird to say that all the time, too, whenever we know that we're getting remake news this year, so inevitably these people are going to be wrong. And look, maybe this event will or won't have remake-related stuff, but regardless, we're getting that sometime this year, and this is still a celebration of the 25th anniversary for Final Fantasy VII, and they have several other FF7 projects in the works, so that's exciting, whatever that could be. Spin-off games, potentially, that's the main thing. So we're all kind of focusing on now. I'm interested in like the anime and shit, I'm interested a bit in some Ever Crisis, but there's like new spin-off games, whatever those could entail, whatever those could be outside of a fucking rhythm game, that's exciting. As for my plans for this event, I do think I'm going to do a reaction to it, but obviously not like a live reaction. We attempted that with State of Play, and OBS failed me miserably, but because it's such a short thing, it's only like 10 minutes long, I think I'm going to wait for it to finish. I'm not going to watch it live. Just download the live stream and then just set up the shit and do a reaction to it. Anyways, dudes, that is pretty much the video. It doesn't need to be super long, so of course, pass off to you guys. This 25th anniversary live stream happening next week, June 16th. What do you think we're going to see? Either way, that's the video. Hopefully you enjoyed it. If you did, give a thumbs up. Subscribe to the channel if you guys aren't even interested in more Final Fantasy VII / remake / 25th anniversary news. Turn on notifications. Follow me on Twitter, @DashingdavidYT. I'm a Discord. Links to those networks are in the description and in the outro. Later, guys.
Used to care what people thought, but now I care more, and nobody out here's got it figured out. So therefore, I've lost all hope of a happy ending, depending on whether or not it's worth it. So insecure, no one's perfect. We spend it with no shame. We blow that like Coltrane. We in here like Rogaine, or leave it like Cobain.